This meeting is being recorded.
We're level 7.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Well, welcome everybody to tonight's episode of Wizards in Class. A bunch of us friends and family sitting around playing Dungeons and Dragons based off of Stephen King's Dark Tower series. As always, I do not have any rights to his work. I just use it for fun. Mixture of homebrew and 5e rules. Don't like it, don't care. So it's been a couple weeks since we have played. But the last thing that happened was the wolves finally decided to show up. They came thundering up on these giant mechanical horses. And we had a nice long epic battle that ensued where I believe Rancent died. No, not Faustus. Hamilton almost died a couple times, but he decided to be a little bitch and not die. And after a long battle, the wolves were finally defeated. And that is pretty much where we are picking up. So it has been a long battle. You guys are all physically tired from the strenuous fight. What would y'all like to do?
Search the bodies, check it out, see if they have anything we can use.
I'd like to be alive again.
You're alive.
You are
I,
alive.
I couldn't remember, to be honest.
Your stone broke, and
Oh, yeah. I used up my stone.
yeah. The wolves have they all have their glowing swords. And two of them have a little golden orb that you saw them throw that exploded on impact. And that is all that they have on them.
I'd kind of like one of these swords if nobody else would be opposed to it, because these seem kind of cool.
Yeah, and I mean, you can have the one that you bled all over.
I'd like that.
Okay.
It almost killed me a lot, so I think that's almost fitting.
Okay, you can easily pick up one of the swords. It is a long sword.
Sweet. Golden orbs. Magic Man. I think that's got your name written all over it.
Actually, I think wouldn't it be better for somebody that doesn't have ranged? Because we can throw them, right?
That's what I was thinking.
What's you and I and Faustus are the only ones that can't do ranged attacks, right?
Outside of our guns.
Oh, that's
I think-
right.
Do range
I think Faustus should have
He has range.
first dibs then.
Ransom, do you have a range?
I'm magic.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also-
I believe I do have some sort of ranged equipment, but technically I have magic. So
We can give it to Azair so that way she doesn't try to cast fire again.
We know she's still gonna try.
She's also got the
Oh, the
Zoe.
discs. Well,
We only have 2 of them, so I mean,
I don't feel like I desperately need one.
I'm loving my disc,
Oh.
so I'm good.
Magic
Faustus,
Man.
do you want one of them?
Sure, I'll take one.
why don't you just take them both then?
Here's some balls.
You
Here-
need them.
Here's 2 balls. We toss it at
I'll just hold my balls.
You notice how he went right for him too, like he's heard it before. It was just like, yeah, here we go.
What's the other robot doing? What's his name? Andy?
Andy, yeah. Where's he?
Currently, he is still in the church because you have, remember, everybody, all the other townsfolk were in the church during the fight, and the fight just ended.
So we have swords and balls and horses. Do we want to? Are they like animal horses, or are they mechanical horses? Like
These are probably a good 7 foot tall mechanical horses.
Nice. Do they still
how-
seem to be in working condition?
You hear them kind of giving off a low rumble.
Do we have anybody that has any kind of ability to understand this technology?
Andy?
Faustus would probably be the most logical, right? Or is Luna?
Animal handling. That
Faustus and Luna, if you want to give me an intelligence check.
Oh wait, go back.
That would be a 13.
18.
18. Luna, you feel pretty confident that you'd be able to figure out how these horses work. Faustus, you really haven't seen anything like this to be able to figure out what could be going on with it.
Yeah, we just need one person to figure it out.
Are you all done with songs?
I did Daddy Cassidy's house.
Apparently, we're all done with songs.
We are all done with songs.
We're all done with songs. We wanted kisses and hugs. Sorry. Yeah. So I guess just to make sure that they don't go anywhere, do we need to like tie the horses down somewhere, or they seem pretty content just hanging out there?
Do you think that you would be able to tie down a 7 foot tall mechanical horse?
I had a lot of questions about actually tying them down versus just like anchoring.
I mean, I was just thinking, you can tie a Clydesdale to a thing and it's going to stay there. So, I mean,
Hitch is the word we're looking for.
hitch. There we go. Hitch.
Not Gulliver's Travel style where the horses all we're tiny people.
Yes. Just, I mean, if they seem content where they are, I think we should go find Andy and have a word with him and what's his name? The dude from
With the
The
child.
mayor.
yeah,
What's his name?
what's his name?
It's
I
been
will-
a month. I can't remember.
I
anybody's
will
name.
start making guesses and they'll get worse.
Question for the DM. What's his name?
Maybe y'all should take notes.
All right.
It's
Well, I
asking.
did, but I don't remember where I put my notes.
I believe the wizard was scribing for us.
What the mayor's name?
You
We
believed
have-
incorrect, sir.
I know. I said I believed it. I never said you were.
Leave it hard enough.
His name was Reggie.
Reggie. Let's go have a word with Mr. Reggie and Andy, because I think they have some splaining to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off of the roof and go into the church.
Okay. When you do go into the church, you do see all of the townsfolk just kind of huddled in a big circle with the children in the middle, kind of forming a defensive ring. And out in front of all of them is Andy standing there. and he sees you. Hello, F. Has the fighting finished?
It has.
Good. I am very glad to hear that. Were there any casualties?
There were all of the wolves and one townswoman.
The only townswoman that agreed to help fight. Well, I am very sorry to hear that she passed.
That's interesting.
Why is that interesting? Are you
Um,
not sad that she passed?
no, I'm interested that you are able to feel.
I don't have a witty retort for that.
I kind of figured. Who wants to come in here and talk to Reggie?
I'll come in.
I mean, my persuasion skills are not the best. I can be there to just kind of stand there, look menacing, maybe.
I have intimidation and persuasion, if we want to trust me.
I think I do too, actually.
I wouldn't trust me. I couldn't remember his name, but
Odd intimidation. So
Maybe we should go with camel toe.
thanks, wizard man.
You're welcome.
I mean, I am at least a pretty urchin, so I had charisma.
Also have a +5 to persuasion, so and perception.
Whoa,
When did that happen?
what are we trying to persuade them to do?
Go on.
Oh,
Go talk to him.
Anything you can get him to do.
$20.
I mean, I would
Shoot for
assume
that
that
20.
we're wanting to know what's going on because he doesn't know that we know yet.
You sure he doesn't know that we know that we know that he knows?
What doesn't he know that you know?
Nothing, because I don't know anything.
Man, wizard man, well done.
This is why I don't talk.
Hey, so question, I guess. What were y'all doing right before the wolves came? You guys seem to be coming back from somewhere, and then they showed up shortly thereafter. Just wondering what happened.
You hear some clicking and whirring before Andy says, "We already told your companions. We were out scouting to make sure they did not come from a different direction."
Interesting.
We don't believe you.
Have they come from different directions before?
Not that I know of, but anything is possible.
Anything?
Anything.
Kevin Durant?
What was that?
What? So did you guys find anything of note, interest at all while you were out there? Anything at all?
We did not.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna head into the church. Well,
Okay.
Hey, Zoras.
I've
Hey, bud,
never, I've
did
never
they-
seen such amazing persuasion like that. Just
Did Did they ever tell you why they were in the bunker last night?
Guys find anything interesting in the bunker that
See you in the morning.
by any chance?
You hear a little bit of clicking and whirring. A bunker.
Yeah, with the radio and all the stuff in it, the concrete
We-
house that you guys came back from right before the wolves attacked.
You hear a little bit more clicking and whirring. I do not know what you were talking about, Zoros. We were out scouting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you were not. Is your programming allow for you to be deceitful, obviously? So I'm seriously want to know why you guys were out there right before the wolves came.
We were out scouting.
Okay, where's the mayor?
He would be around the circle with his child.
Hey, mayor, come here for a minute.
Reggie kind of steps towards you with his son Benny, like right beside him.
Hey,
Is it-
Reggie, send your kid back in the circle. We have some things we need to work out here.
Is it not safe?
It might not be, depending on your answer. I would send your son back to the circle.
Kind of pauses for a second and then looks at Benny and tilts his head back to the circle.
Okay. So Reggie, we want to know what you guys were doing in the bunker right before the wolves attacked.
What bunker are you talking about?
Dude, stop. We followed you. We know you were at the bunker. We know there's a radio there. There's a concrete building. You and the robot ran down there. And right after you got back, the wolves attacked. I want to know what is up with that bunker and why you were there.
You have absolutely no proof whatsoever that I was doing anything other than what I told you I was doing. You are assuming things that you are trying to project onto me for whatever reason, while this town has been nothing but nice and welcoming to you. I do not like the insinuation and the threats that you are giving.
And I don't like being played, and I don't like having my team put in jeopardy. We killed all the wolves. And I have no problem trying to get to the end, get to the answers that we need to find out, because there's something seriously wrong with your story and the robot story, and I don't like getting played. So I think it's time to start talking, and let's get this resolved and move on.
I would like you to get the fuck out of my town.
You'll have to forcibly remove me then.
If that's necessary, if you want to take down a bunch of innocent children,
That's why we sent the kids over there.
because all of this family and all these townsfolk won't jump to the aid of their mayor and to protect the children.
I don't know, we just protected a whole ton of children from getting kidnapped, so I have a feeling it's a coin toss, my friend.
If that's a gamble that you are willing to make.
I don't
Now, I
know.
will say this again. I would like you to get out of my town.
Nope.
Very well. You see him kind of turn around and address the townsfolk. My brethren, while we have welcomed these outsiders into our town, they have done well to help protect the children from the wolves. However, at this point, they are now insinuating that we had ties with the wolves. And I believe that they are here to hurt our children. Now, are we going to let that stand, or are we going to defend our kids from these outsiders? And you hear a bunch of the townsfolk just kind of start to murmur and look around a little uneasily at first, but then all kind of stand up and form a large barricade between you and the children. And he turns to Andy. Andy, come to me. And Andy walks over to him. This is your last chance. Leave now, or you will face all of us.
Fine townsfolk, we love you. You guys were awesome to us. We have no qualms with you at all, and we certainly don't want your children. We're travelers. We have no use for children and no desire whatsoever to deal with your children. Those are your kids. We saved your kids from the dead wolves, which you are welcome to go out and take a quick peek at. The mayor's a little upset because we caught he and the robot at a bunker with radio communication right before the wolves came. If anybody doubts us, we are more than happy to take you to the bunker, show you where it is, and hey, we can vouch for the story. We don't want it. We have no qualms with you. We don't feel that you are being represented correctly, and we want nothing but peace with you. We just want to know why the mayor and the robot disappeared in the middle of the night right before the wolves came to take your kids. If you feel like in some way we can't be trusted, well, then that's your prerogative. But we just dispatched 3 of these nasty critters that have been plaguing your city for years, terrorizing your kids, your families, and you want to turn on us? Perhaps that's not in anybody's best interest. And I think that you need to check out your leadership, because I feel like they are the ones that are hiding something.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Gotta find it here. That's skills, right?
Yeah.
I have persuasion. Oops. First one is 21. Second one. 13.
You see a couple of the townsfolk just kind of looking around and looking very, very uneasy at this incredibly tense conversation. And then you start hearing voices kind of pipe up. We've known Reggie for years. We've known you for a month. Why should we trust anything that you're saying? Yeah, Reggie's never done anything like this to be able to deceive us. What? I don't think you know what you're talking about. And you start to hear this large clamor of people that do not seem to be buying what you're telling them.
Okay. Let's, where's the rest of the gang?
I think the only ones that were inside were Hamilton, S, and then Luna and Zoros. I think Faustus, Azair, and Rancent were all outside.
So we have 3 outside and 4 of us inside?
Yep.
Okay. I grab our group and most people come over, and out of sound range or out of low talking, what do you guys want to do?
Man, I'm still limping around. I lost a lot of blood during that last fight, a lot of times. I'm not particularly feeling so great, but you know, if we want to stay and try to do the best we can.
Here's the deal. Do we care about these town folk? Because honestly, if we leave, it's going to start right back up again. All this stuff that we just accomplished with the wolves is going to be redone, and we wasted our lives and our resources and our time helping a town that's just going to be right back in that situation in a matter of maybe days.
But
So, you know, do we owe it to them or do we just cut bait and leave? I don't care. I have no stake in this.
and that's, I think the issue is right now, unless we can convince the town folk that they're being played, it's not going to do us a lot of good to kill all the adults in the village and just have children here, because then what do we do with these children? We can't just leave them to run a town.
You make soup.
No, no, bad
I-
race.
Yeah, are we outside now talking to everybody, or are we just inside the four of us?
I think we're still inside.
Yeah.
Again, we're,
I think we've given it a good go. I mean, we can try to talk to them and solve this diplomatically, and if we can't, then I would say, you know what, it's not worth the fight, because okay, let's say we win, we kill all the adults, then what? Kids aren't going to trust us because they just watched us kill their parents. And I don't feel particularly comfortable killing a kid. So I know Ransom, I think he's cool with it, but I mean,
That
not.
would-
You can take the tea to the bunker.
So, I mean,
yeah, I mean, the problem that we have is this, we were drawn here for a reason. Unfortunately, if we leave now, our reason's unfulfilled, so we have no idea where to go, what to do next.
Where's Father Callahan?
You see Father Callahan just standing by the door watching all of this.
Now, Father Callahan was not outside, correct?
Yes.
He was.
He was, but he came in when you guys came in.
But he helped us fight the wolves.
He did.
Yeah.
did.
Um,
Can we address Father Callahan? Should we talk to Father Callahan and say, hey, look, does it seem to you, Father, that we have ulterior motives, that there is anything but positivity and help in our hearts? I mean, should we try to enlist his help? Because Callahan's been there longer than Reggie, hasn't he?
No. Father Callahan's only been there about 2 years.
Oh,
yeah, and Reggie grew up here.
well, what do you
So
think? Should we try to turn somebody?
here's my suggestion. It's clear that the people of the town have grew up believing all of these lies, and it very well could be that if this has been happening for generations, Reggie's not the first person to ever do this. Somebody had to have told him where that bunker was and how to use all of that equipment. He couldn't just figure it out.
Good point.
I honestly don't think that there's anything else that we can do here. We can tell Father Callahan about where we found the bunker. Maybe he can go there and destroy it somehow. And that might quell whatever plague it is that they've been experiencing for these years. But I think it's time that we go back and continue on our way.
Where do we go?
I mean, we were following the clouds up until now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I say on our way out of town, we destroy the bunker anyway ourselves. That way we don't.
Oh, we can do that.
just we're gonna take off, and we can head that direction and send a couple folks down, have everybody else stand up, watch guard in case they decide to come follow us for whatever reason, and tear apart the bunker, destroy the machinery, and then go on our merry way.
Is that the consensus?
Well, the four of us probably need to go get the rest involved outside.
Yeah, but I think we're at a
If we turn our backs on
we're
that,
not doing that. I think we have to announce our withdrawal, or we have to prepare to fight, but we can't just walk out without anything.
I think we announce our retreat and tell them, hey, thanks for everything. Best of luck in the future. And we go about our merry way.
Fair enough. It's a consensus. All right, guys, listen, we're out of here. Good luck. I'm telling you right now, the wolves will be back. I'm telling you right now, your mayor is hiding something. And I'm telling you right now, you guys are making a huge mistake. However, we have nothing, we have no desire to fight women and children and make your town more miserable than it is. We appreciate all but two of you for all that you've done for us, and we'll always be grateful. And we wish you all the best of luck. We are out. Peace.
As you are walking out the door, you hear Andy's voice. Long days and pleasant nights.
Interesting. Nice.
Long days and pleasant nights, Andy.
On the way out, I'll at least thank Father Callahan for everything that he did for us and for helping us as much as he did.
Want to invite him along, just on the off chance?
No.
Fair enough. All right. Well,
You exit the church.
so there's 5 horses and 7 of us.
Yeah, but they're 7 foot tall. I have a feeling a dwarf can ride with somebody and I think, but we have to figure out how to work them, right?
You do.
Yes.
So
How do things work?
All right, so I'm gonna go check out the horses and see if I can't figure out how to ride them.
meanwhile,
Moving.
meanwhile, before we get too far, who has healing spells available?
Good. Oh,
We had no rest. We just got off battle, and I know personally I'm at about a third of my life. So
I'm still hobbling.
So I suggest we get some heals in here before we, in case an angry mob comes out of the church.
I can cast some healing words. It's 2d4 plus 3. So I can cast a couple of those, and then I can cast a couple of level 1s. So
How about our prayer of healing with Faustus? Don't you have that? It's a 10-minute spell or something.
It's a 10-minute spell. I can also use the Channel Divinity to preserve life, to restore some HP.
Okay, so besides me and Hamilton, Rancid, are you low too?
I'm about halfway.
Okay, so we need to get the 3 of, is there anybody else? I'm sorry, I should ask. Is there anybody else low?
I'm doing
I'm good.
Cool.
So what is the half of y'all's max HP?
30.
I have room for 51.
You wouldn't really know numbers though.
I have,
Okay.
you could heal me pretty darn.
Well, I mean, I can definitely use 1 Channel Divinity, and for myself, I could use, I mean, only 2. So
Question for the DM.
there would be
Yes.
16 for each of you to start out, and you can tell me how you're feeling.
60 or 16?
1-6.
1-6.
Okay.
60. Everybody's just like bouncing off the wall.
The laying on of hands. Can I heal myself with
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah, that could be used for anybody.
Okay, cool. Well, I can do some laying on of hands as well. I have a full pool of that. So whatever we need, we can do.
So after my 16 from Faustus, I feel like half myself.
Since he's a dwarf, that's, quarter of a regular person.
I'm feeling slightly less than half. So
All right, so let's do
Well,
some spells.
For the DM, while people are doing the heals, Luna's working on trying to figure out the horses.
Yep, I was waiting for her to get back and then she can give me an intelligence check.
Just hit your intelligence. 15 plus.
So 17.
Okay. Um,
Oh, yeah.
you think that you might be able to figure out how it works, but it might take you anywhere from 1 to 3 hours to figure out how to make it work. You can do it. It just might take a little bit of time.
Townsend folks come out and give us grief. Hey, these are spoils of our battle. We're leaving with these mechanical things. So if we
All
catch
right,
grief,
so
you
Sean,
start.
I need to go tell you guys that it's gonna take me that long.
Well, we're already out.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
came.
And we can fill in everybody else. Faustus is there, Ranson, on the conversation we had and how things went inside, because clearly they didn't go as planned. But they should probably know everything that happened, and Andy giving us the departure that he did of long days and pleasant nights. That was
Interesting.
interesting.
You all have heard long days and pleasant nights before.
Yeah.
It's you kind of get that it's like
Standard greeting.
it's a common goodbye, kind of wishing you luck type of thing.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking it was specific because of everything going on.
No, you've heard it because I believe the townsfolk in Rivers Crossing told you long days and pleasant nights as well when you left.
I thought that was like a Roland keyword.
He might have said that before as well, because I mean it is just a very common
Mm,
goodbye
That's what,
type
we
of
had
thing.
to, that's what we had to tell the barkeep, though.
find out what's going on.
That is what you had to tell the barkeep back in Toll.
That's why I thought, because if it was a common thing, somebody could come up and say it to her and she'd give them the whatever information. But okay, we're good. As long as it's not a secret code thing, we're good.
Let's go dissect.
So back to our task at hand. Luna's working on figuring out the horses. Faustus gave me a boost. I'm still feeling about half myself.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast that prayer of healing well as a third level, my last third level slot. So
I mean, if we're also going to be here for an hour,
yeah,
we
10
can just,
minutes
do a
shouldn't be
short
too bad.
rest and
Yeah, you'd be able to take a short rest while Luna's figuring out how the horses work.
so then y'all can roll hit dice.
I mean, or you can heal 29.
I'm good
Or
with that.
that, Faustus, thank you.
He apparently just went for it.
Let's do it.
So as you are in the middle of your healing and Luna is trying to figure out the horses, you do hear the church doors open and close, and you hear a single set of footsteps kind of walking towards you. Looking around behind you, you do see Father Callahan coming out of the church, carrying a backpack. Good. I'm glad that y'all haven't left yet. I was worried I was going to have to chase after you.
Well, Father Callahan, we're really sorry that everything went down like it. This town's in a world of trouble. We're hoping that we could do something to put you on a permanent safety thing, but evidently the mayor seems to have total control of this town.
It was very unfortunate how it all went down, and probably could have used a little bit of tact, but that's neither here nor there. I have a feeling the town is going to be mistrustful of outsiders for a while, so I was wondering if I could come with you guys for a little bit. I still care deeply for protecting these children. And I want to make sure that the wolves don't come back.
Well, our plan is not to pursue the wolves. We're on our own quest. This just happened to be a kind of a side note thing to what we're trying to accomplish. So if you're thinking that we're gonna go track down wolves, that may or may not be our main objective.
Where's your quest taking you?
Well, that's still kind of part of our journey. We're trying to figure it out as we go.
And we will destroy them.
We've been heading west. I think.
You have.
Okay.
That would be the direction the wolves came from.
Well, yeah, we've been to where the wolves came from. We just,
So the last time we headed west, we found a bunker area, but we couldn't get the door open. We couldn't figure out anything about it. Everything we tried was unsuccessful, very wildly unsuccessful. And so we headed back to town and led to the fight, I guess.
I mean, we murdered the wolves. Maybe they left the door unlocked.
maybe the horses will get us in too. That-
Ooh.
Kind of hoping that Luna can crack the code there.
And quick question for the DM, this 1 to 3 hours, it's not per horse, is it?
No, just total.
Okay,
Because once you figure out how, it's part of it is her figuring out how to get the horses to move, and then more time teaching you guys how to get the horses to move as well.
okay,
They're pull start, aren't they? I'm not strong.
we know.
Just kind of yank on their tails. You
What's
can,
that?
their tails, come and yank on the tails and see what happens.
Not it.
I've fallen for this before and it's not working this time.
Pull a little harder.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
I've kind of been missing a mask for a while now. Would I be able to rip one of the faces off those wolves?
You can try. Give me a strength check.
You can't. Could one of us do it for him?
Didn't realize we had a death metal cleric.
That's a 4. It's pretty stuck
you
in there.
try and struggle and struggle, but you cannot get this thing to budge at all.
Shucks.
You want me to try?
Yeah, you want one of us to give it a shot?
Hey, one of you big, strong men, can you come help me rip this wolf face off?
You know, he took the balls, but he can't rip the faces off. It's weird.
I rolled a 22.
Okay. Zoros is easily able to take the face off of the wolf. Underneath the mask, you do see just a bunch of wires and gears and a lot of mechanical innards that you would expect from a robot.
There you go.
Could I take on this project, as a little side thing, see what I can rip out and whatever?
Rip out from the mask or rip out from the wolves?
No, okay, so the mask is the mask, and then it doesn't have any more electronics attached to it?
It has like a couple wires here and there. Most of the electronics were on the inside. This is just kind of more of the face. As you're looking at it, you notice that it doesn't have eye holes, or like a mouth hole or anything like that. And I mean, this mask is like massive. It's not like human size. It is
Okay.
large because these wolves were huge.
You have the souvenir.
Until I can find a blacksmith.
There you go. Actually, I think I have blacksmithing skills.
You could also just try to find a wizard with enlarge or shrink. I mean, maybe just shrink it.
Yeah, I don't have that. This wizard does not have that capability.
So Father Callahan says, I understand about your own quest. Would you mind if I tagged along until a time saw fit that I could do good elsewhere?
Magic man.
I'm okay with that.
I say we have a discussion about this, Father Callahan, if you don't mind giving us just a couple minutes to discuss it amongst ourselves. It's always good to have more people, but I think we need to all be in agreement.
By all means. And he kind of walks about 10 feet away.
Okay, what do you guys think?
He's looking at us.
There any objections? How about that? Make it pretty. Anybody object to the father helping us? I mean,
Well, Eth was pretty adamant about not asking him on the way out. So, Eth, how do you feel about this?
I mean, the only reason why I didn't want to ask him is because I didn't want to make him think that we were trying to separate him from this group of people that he's been living with for the
Okay.
last 2 years.
So that's
I don't have a problem with me. He did help us out. I think he might have actually rezzed Camel Toe at one point, one of the times that he fell down.
No, he
Oh.
healed you guys, but he didn't res anybody.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just lost count with how many times he fell. So I have no idea who actually healed him all of those times.
myself, all right. You know what?
And I was bringing him back to life
And
every time.
Zare was kind enough to keep me
That
from.
makes sense. That does make sense.
I can find it.
Was
But
bad.
I can also understand how he feels, like, because he is still an outsider, so he might be totally and completely uncomfortable remaining here.
Well, he might
And
be in danger too.
what's that?
Might be in danger too.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm okay with him coming along.
Oh, so everybody's in favor. Faustus, you've any qualms? Cool. Ranson?
Oh no, I'm good. Me and Priest both like orphans. We're fine.
All right.
In very different ways.
One is soup and one's not. So
Exactly.
yeah. Well,
All right. I think we're all in agreement. Father Callahan, you're welcome to come with us then. On one condition, I feel about half my normal self. Can you throw me a heel? No, I didn't say on one condition. I do ask them if he can help bandage us up.
I thought Faustus
I thought
already
Faustus was doing that. He was in the middle of his
29.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's still
Your heels aren't good enough, Fester.
Yeah, he danced around and did weird black metal cleric stuff and like
Yeah.
healed another 29 or something.
oh, okay.
Yeah, after the 16, he held another 29. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the 10 minute.
So, question for the DM, did that extra 29 hit yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, then I'm mostly full.
I didn't put it in yet, so that's why okay, so I'm feeling pretty good then. I should be fine.
All of us that are fine are like, why you guys still sitting over there?
Sorry.
Come on.
Some of us were a little hobbled during that fight, so
I got stabbed a lot.
we're proud of you, Ranson. You pulled through like a champ.
Hey, who else took one of the swords, just out of curiosity?
At the moment, just Hamilton.
How many swords do we have? 4 more?
Yeah, there are 5 swords total.
Well, then,
Now, do they remain glowy the entire time?
Or was that a wolf thing?
No, they remain glowy.
now can we handle them?
Where
and
are you gonna
steal
put it?
them without hurting ourselves?
Yeah, you would. It handles like a normal sword.
Oh, okay. I thought that the glowiness would like burn through like a scabbard or something.
Luna had a good question.
What was your question?
Do we need the swords to ride the horse?
You do not.
Okay, then I say anybody who can handle a sword, go ahead and grab one. It's not gonna, it's just something for inventory if we need it.
Nothing else. We could sell them later for some
Yep.
fair
I mean,
change.
I'll carry a sword. I don't know how great I would do actually wielding a sword, but I'll carry it just so that someone doesn't have to carry a whole bunch of them at once.
You would probably be better wielding it than I would, at least.
I'll grab one, DM.
Two together.
How do I
Or
put it in my inventory?
I already did.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll take one since I only have range.
Yeah, I
Oh,
only
you
have a
weren't-
scimitar.
You weren't out here.
Yeah, I wasn't out.
Faustus got a couple of balls. The throwy things that they had at us. Did you want one of those? Or if not, Faustus can hold on to the balls. So
I want to pass his balls. He was very happy to get two.
was very happy to hold the balls.
there
So
just two of
there's
them?
Just two.
There are just two.
You can just hold on to them.
You hold the
Hold
balls
those two
there.
balls.
You know, they're
Are-
so nice. We should probably find him a custom carrying pouch of some sort that he could just
Are-
maybe
are
hang
the-
on his
are the
horse.
balls like hand size? Are they
Something like a
balls?
leather pouch.
They were about softball size.
Those are some big.
Whoa.
See, that's perfect for mounting on your horse.
And Faustus added those to your inventory as well.
Was there anything else you guys found?
Dignity, shame, and a priest.
I mean, Ransom, you've never had any of those, so
Does it take a minute for it to show up in the?
it might.
Yeah, I got mine +2 long sword.
Um,
Equipment?
do we have any thoughts on, while Luna is looking at the horses, potentially taking apart a guy and seeing if there is some sort of like key or something to get into the bunker?
I mean, Faustus started face ripping, but we could get further into that. So
I mean, you
I like ripping
could,
stuff.
I would say a doctor would probably be best. That way he can. I mean, it's
It's
not the same as anatomy though, so.
it's not a guy. I won't know any of that stuff, but I don't know if there's something in there that's like, I don't know, something that would open the door, like a flashing light or something. And it's like, oh, we can take that and now it works.
Like a strobe light?
Yeah, then we can have a party on our way there.
It looked like the cops
We're
were
gonna rave
pulling
on
up
our
their
way.
living room.
I mean, about this time is when Luna has figured out how they worked and is ready to teach you guys how it works as well.
We could strap one of them onto the back of the horse and then take a guy with us just in case the guys open it and not the horse.
And if we do that, let's take the one with the face still on it, just in case it's a facial thing.
Facial.
I don't know if the door would necessarily open for a dead robot though.
But it might not, but there's no.
That is true. That is
Was
true.
it ever truly
I
alive?
can't,
Oh, we can
I
just
can't
do
lift
it
one of
here.
these things onto a 7-foot tall horse though, so somebody else is gonna have to take that task.
Well, I think we can lever it up there, or figure a way to get it up there.
Oh,
A series of ropes and
That
pulleys.
between
Yeah, I don't.
Hamilton and I think we have 36 strength, so we should be able to.
Hamilton's got to stand on your shoulder to reach the top.
Hamilton's got a new backpack.
God dang it.
There you go. He's been looking for one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Zoros because he can't get up on the
Oh, that. I mean, I've been hearing Camel Toe complain about how cold his back has been ever since he stopped carrying Rancid, so.
Back armor. Woo.
Rancid would probably be fine with being a backpack again anyway, let's be honest. I mean,
Whatever, just carry me around. I'll stab. Just from behind.
As
Stab.
long as he doesn't start.
you're covered like back to back. So then like he can sword fight one way and then.
Look, if he's gonna give me a bonus to my armor class, then you know what, I'm all right with that. But otherwise,
Okay, so let's load up the horses. We can grab a guy and
Figure out who's gonna ride and who's gonna drive.
I ride with Luna, she knows how to drive them.
so there's 5.
5,
There are
And-
5.
8 of us, and you take one of the wolves.
And I can try to drive.
So that would be 5 of us have to drive, 4 have to ride.
I feel like I trust the wizard.
I'll drive.
Question mark.
I can ride with Hamilton because he will also provide a shield.
There you go.
I was trying to decide who was sketchier, the wizard or the cleric, and I'm going with the
He's a
cleric
half-orc.
sketchier.
It's not that much of a shield.
1, 2, 3. Well, that's still 4. So
Faustus and Father Callahan.
do they? I guess you guys can ride separately.
Well, do we want to trust Father Callahan with one of the horses?
Not by himself. I say he rides on the back and he doesn't control the horse.
It's true, he's an old man too, so you gotta help him up, and he's gotta bless the children as he goes by, so he can't steer the horse.
So
And I-
Rancid, then you can ride your own.
Rancid driving on his own, then he'll start trying to eat it.
It's metal, I can't eat it. I know the difference between metal and flesh.
You sure?
No, but I learned after the first few tries. These aren't my teeth.
All right. So, DM, how are we doing on loading up our newly acquired steeds?
You guys are able to get on the seeds, and Luna shows you how to operate them. It is pretty simple once you kind of know how to do it. So you guys are all pretty much all ready to head out.
Good job, Luna.
Done everything we can here. I think on our way out of town, though, we should go back to that bunker and destroy everything we can inside. Plus, I'd feel better with Father Callahan knowing that we were telling the truth about the bunker.
And we can just work off some anger.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I like breaking stuff, so.
If I remember correctly, the bunker was to the south of the town?
Correct.
Okay.
And we can just circle around and go west.
Southwest. Okay.
West.
To the bunker. Hi ho, Silver.
The little
Okay.
bunker.
This to get to the bunker on foot took about 2-3 hours. On these horses, you make it in about half an hour.
Okay.
They do go rather quickly.
Hooray.
These horses are fantastic. And they don't require food. So, man.
Yeah, what time of day are we at?
As far as we know. They might
Uh,
They're robot
have
horses.
fuel. They need like wood.
Where are you gonna stick the wood?
It's weird to us.
Let's hear it, Rance. Let's.
No, let's skip where you put the wood.
at this point, it's probably pushing on about 8 o'clock at night.
Is it a dark 8 o'clock at night or is it like dusk? Like,
Summer, 8 o'clock at night.
I
So-
mean, it is pretty dark.
okay.
Do you guys want to hole up in the bunker?
Can we hold up? Can we fit?
One way in, one way out. My only concern would be if the,
Smell.
we're close enough to the town that if the town folk came this direction, one, they might steal our horses, which would be a bummer.
They didn't spend 1 to 3 hours learning how they work. We'll be fine. Someone just has to keep a watch.
It's also a small bunker. Remember, we only could fit like 2 people in the actual room, and then there's the long hallway. So we'd have to all like.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to try to just set up guards out front, let people sleep in the bunker, and then in the morning we'll go destroy what we can and then head out?
Now, Luna, in your getting used to these horses and everything, you do know that they do run on some form of power, but you don't know how much power they have left.
Well, we may have to just destroy it and continue until the horses die.
We could see if there's some sort of power source in the bunker.
Make like an extension cord, we can plug them in
A what?
Where do you plug them in?
with
What's
the
it?
tail.
Then it was-
Okay, that's a
Don't
good,
worry about it. It's beyond your pay grade.
well,
Appreciate
that's
I
a
know
good
it.
point then. If we're not wearing ourselves out riding these things, so how far are we from the other bunker that we were looking at?
4-day hike.
Yeah, the other bunker was about 4 days away.
So so we did 2 hours in 30 minutes, so it's still a good day and a half away with these things, right?
I mean, that would be a decent estimation.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's just nuke what's in the bunker, hop on and start heading to the wolves den.
Even if it cuts a day off of our ride time, that's better
Yes.
than nothing.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So who wants to hop into the bunker and blow stuff up?
Well, I say we send Luna in. I say we send Luna in because she's been working with these animal or this mechanical stuff. Maybe she'll have a new understanding of the stuff when she gets into the bunker. Maybe how there's something there that she recognizes that can be plugged into the horses or something. I think Luna should definitely go in, and then some. You took an absolute beating from these things, so you probably have some issues to work out, Hamilton. Why don't you go in with Luna, and if she says there's nothing here we can use, just trash it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. I'm following you, Luna.
All right, so we're going in and looking around to see if there's anything we can use. We looked before, but maybe I'll know more now.
Before they go, I'm going to throw out my 4 globules of light and squish them down into a light baby,
Hooray!
just to
Lance.
give them some light down there, because I know it was all dark.
Okay, Luna, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
And then hit the number next to investigation.
Okay, 21.
Okay, looking around, you don't really find anything that you think could be used as like a power source.
Okay, Hamilton, you can destroy it. I don't see anything here that's any different that we can use.
Nothing of any interest or anything, just useless technology to us.
Yes, it's useless technology to us because I don't understand it, but I don't see anything that would look like it would be able to be used on the horses.
All right. I will wreck the room as much as I can then.
Wreck it, Ralph.
Pulling the wires out of the walls.
Okay, as you take your sword and start smashing around, I need both Hamilton and Luna to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Shocking.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it had to be dexterity, didn't it?
Saving throw is dexterity down
Yep.
here.
Oh, crap.
Dead, 8.
Hang on. 15. Gonna take 1.5 billion damage. It's okay. You had to send me down. You had to send the hobble.
Idiot. I had a hammer. I could have done it, but no, I figured I'd coach you into doing it.
You got at least
I was gonna
40
cantrip
healing
it for
points
wild
back.
magic.
Luna and
There.
Hamilton, you both take 52 points of lightning damage as going at all this electronic equipment with swords is sending sparks and electricity throughout the entire room.
Well, I'm still alive, but I'm not happy.
That's so much.
I mean,
I'm dead. I only have 44.
Well, then I'm gonna put
Mine's
on Luna, and I will pull up my skills so gummit, actions, not skills. I'll heal Luna for 20 points of health. And I'm gonna heal myself for the other 15 because ow.
Right?
Well, the room's destroyed.
Just go to 0. And then you add, how much did you say?
How
20.
much?
I'll heal you. I can heal you for 20 and I'm gonna take 15.
Okay.
Luna,
Ow.
you come back to conscious, smelling the ozone in the air. You do still see electricity crackling throughout all of the machines.
Screw that. I'm not touching Jack. I don't want to die again.
I think we're gonna go up with our hair sticking straight up. They're gonna get an idea of what to do.
You are.
All right.
Oh,
So we're gonna hobble back up out of the. Did the light baby survive that, or did it blow up, or whatever happened?
Oh, the baby.
Concerned about the
Doesn't
light.
take damage. He's made of light.
Well, I didn't know the electricity. Like, did it surge brighter? Is it like
So he
absorbed?
was dancing the whole time.
For the rest of the group, you guys did see a giant flash of light coming from down the stairs.
Did you do it?
I don't know what I was thinking. I let him use a metal sword on equipment.
And the big dumb orc down there with the big dumb sword to smash the big dumb machine. Real good idea, guys.
I have a question for you two. What happened? How far did did something blow up? What did it look like?
Yeah, I did. It looked like a bright light calling me home, but then I came back.
How far did the electricity shoot?
You guys
Um,
didn't see any electricity itself. You just saw a very bright white light from
It just came
from
up
down
and
there.
told us what happened.
All we saw was a bright light and
Super bright light. Luna fell.
Okay. So
I barely held on to consciousness, and I'm not doing that again. So there was still electricity and crap going on down there, but no. Wait a minute. Faustus, don't you have like a phantom sword or something like that we could have sent down there?
I do. I also have these explosive balls.
And I could have just magicked the hell out of cantrips and let the wild magic spell go off till it was gone.
Or I could have thrown a big ass fireball in there.
We just let you die for once because it's usually us.
go back down.
why don't we go ahead and throw a big ass fireball down there and short out everything? And
Were you at least successful in destroying this equipment?
Fuck you guys. All of you guys.
Is that a no in the destruction or?
Yeah, no, there's still electricity going through that crap. So if somebody else wants to go, I don't give a shit.
Hey, Hamilton, I think one more hit of the sword.
I'm gonna go get on my horse and yeah.
Rude, apparently. Pout.
Is he crying on his horse?
Yes.
I mean, I could go down there and just acid splash the hell out of whatever's
Issue?
left.
Magic. I hate you guys.
Ooh, look at me. I'm a big half orc. I don't know how to handle electricity.
Oh, the sword was glowing, so it was probably all right, right? It was like the other ones.
It goes through my face, all right?
All right, throw an acid splash in there, Rancid.
Somebody else.
I mean, I'm gonna go far enough in because when I acid splash, it's gonna wild magic. So
It might come back in your face.
it might come back in your face. That's why I was like, I'm gonna go in far enough. It doesn't,
You're going down. You're
Yeah, you're on your own.
doing
Here,
the little
have
light,
the light baby.
the light baby.
Oh no, I don't want that thing. That thing's creepy. I'm good.
No, I'm leaving him down there.
It can go to hell. It's the one
just
orphan
dancing at the door.
It's the one orphan I don't want.
Go eat.
Dancing at the door.
Okay, so with the steepness of the stairs, you would have to get pretty close to the door to be able to acid splash on anything.
Look, we all know that I'm going to get dangerously close as it takes. However, I want to be clear that I do not want to stand in puddles of acid at the same time as electricity.
Okay.
That's my only goal, was to not fry myself.
He's the one that doesn't have the stone of revival, though.
Oh, it's cool. Just a little tongue will get me right back off the floor.
Wait, what?
What?
Is the corridor wide enough? You can just like prop yourself up with your feet, so you're just kind of like.
Spider webbing.
Oh, okay. So this suggestion I wish I probably wasn't taking, but I think I have acrobatics, so why not?
Hey,
Do it.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's a 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the floor and just throw acid in my lap for about 10 minutes, apparently.
Give me a second.
Trip and fall. You want to go ahead and try to throw?
That wasn't my fault.
You want to try to throw fire, summon fire down there? You want to do that? You want
I
to?
can summon a wall of water.
I mean, it felt like a good suggestion when you said it.
Okay, so you
Water might be
go
really
and
good.
try and Van Damme wedge yourself in the hallway.
I would rather I prefer Steven Seagal between 2 trains, sir.
Too late. You're
Van
Van
Damme
Damme. But your foot does slip on the wall and you go tumbling down the stairs, rolling into the room. Give me a disadvantage. A dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
So I normally have advantage, so does it just even?
Come on, go ahead.
Come on, let's go out.
Why do you have advantage?
One of the feats. I don't know anymore. Let me go find it. It's been too long, but I believe I do.
Come on.
I have like 2 different waters.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. It's con. It's
Okay.
con that I have advantage on. That's my bad.
So give me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Everyone said they wanted to smash them.
Water.
You
Want
wanna-
to take your aggression out, remember?
That
And I was like, I got a 10 at disadvantage. It sounded good to me, not being on the floor.
You take 35 points of lightning damage as the electricity in the room crackles and zaps you.
That's cool because I normally look so fucked up anyways, they won't be able to tell I got fried.
Okay. You doing an acid splash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the d20 to see if your
If I
wild
can,
magic.
oh, okay. I thought you were meant to see if I could hit a stationary console.
Nope, just to see if your wild magic surge happens.
It's a 5.
Okay, then it does happen. So roll a percentile.
It's like, man, I really hope I can hit stationary equipment. 57.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe I'll just heal myself and it'll be okay.
Maybe I'll just go down there and throw a fireball in the room.
I mean, that's cool too.
water, but that might make it worse.
I want out of the room before there's water.
You said 57?
Yes.
I can also heat metal like itself, but I have to look at it.
Okay, so for the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flames.
Yeah,
Did you
we don't
try
know
it
that, do
again?
we?
Nope.
Yeah.
You did see another bright flash of light as when Rancent was down there.
Cool. Walk out, be like, it's all cool.
Did you do it? Did you finish it?
I think so. I threw acid at it, some flashes of lights, wild magic, things got wet.
Did the electricity stop?
I don't know. I didn't see it start.
Touche.
Was there still sparks and shit in the room?
I'm not sure what a spark is, but nothing happened to me. I lie confidently.
Give me a deception check. And anybody that wants to give me an insight check.
20.
Oh, of course. Sure, why not?
Insight.
And
14?
right.
19.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll for this one. Hold on.
25. 5.
18. You should have been found out.
Uh,
I lied pretty
So-
confidently.
so everybody except for Luna, you all believe him that nothing happened. He's good. Luna, you know he is lying out his teeth.
Then you can inform us.
Yeah,
just
she
know-
got
Hey.
shocked too, though.
I'm just gonna go down the stairs. Can I throw a fireball into the room without getting close to the room itself?
You would have to probably get within 20 feet of the room to be able to throw
I
the
think that's good
fireball.
enough. I'll do that.
Close to the lightning coming out the door.
You know, I'm seriously thinking the townspeople chased us out of their village. We're trying to help them. We've already taken like 9 million points of damage. Let the wolves come. Who cares?
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel great.
The little electricity in your hair isn't showing.
I'm so filthy you wouldn't be able to tell.
S, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no.
Run, wizard, run!
Non-natural 20.
It's only 22 points.
You know, being lit on fire is his only weakness.
Being burned alive is his only weakness.
You take 23 points of lightning damage as you guys see another bright flash of light from down there.
Yeah, see, I told you it was fine. That's what it's supposed to do, right? When you hit it.
Do I need to roll to hit or can I just roll damage?
No, you don't have to do any of that. You throw the fireball down there and you see it erupts. This time, everyone can see a bright flash of like orangish yellow light. You do hear the sounds of like the increasing sounds of fire. And F, make a perception check.
Ooh, 10.
10, okay. You hear a faint voice coming from down in the bunker, but you can't really tell what it's saying. And after the voice kind of repeats itself, you hear the sound of spraying water.
Oh, fun.
That's different. Little unexpected. I'll go back out and I will tell everybody. So I threw a fireball in the room and then something spoke and then I heard water. I wouldn't think that would be
Broke? Like,
like
Did look
words.
to see if somebody was in there.
No.
Can I tell if the wizard still has eyebrows?
as much damage as we took, if there was somebody alive down there, odds are they wouldn't have survived that. So
I mean, and plus you, both Luna and Campbellton were in the actual room itself. So you would have seen somebody.
It came from the communications equipment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is the radio still alive after?
And, I
What the hell?
mean, I don't know. I would think that with all of this electricity, that water would be a bad thing, but apparently it's, I have no idea.
So if we fucked it up enough and someone did something, maybe they'll come check it soon.
Maybe.
you know what?
I think we're done here.
I want to get on my horse and leave.
I thought you were
Yeah.
already crying on your horse.
That's
I want to get the fuck out of here. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Head south, or no, west.
West.
Yeah.
You're just gonna call that good? We're not gonna investigate the voice or anything?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can go get shocked again. It's cool, but
absolutely.
Ideas. You go down
I
there.
just wanted to double check.
You go down
I
there.
am not gonna stop you from going down there.
I'm a moron and I'm tapping out on the shocky room, okay?
Can you become like an electric eel and then you take a shot? You
I
can
don't-
swim
I don't
in
swim yet.
I can swim.
All right, let's take our horse to the Old Town Road and go beat up the.
Oh, what? Getting kicked off my.
No electric eel, huh?
All right, we're gonna ride west.
Yep.
Okay. By this time, it's getting to probably 10 o'clock at night. Are you guys riding through the night or stopping to camp?
I would say like a safe distance from the village, and then we should probably rest because
I have been killed twice, shocked, and the wizard has no eyebrows. We need naps.
The
Yeah,
wizard still has eyebrows.
Not
They're-
here.
They're
Get a-
flame proof?
He wasn't on fire. He got electrocuted.
I don't know the difference.
You do because you were electrocuted, not on fire.
They both hurt.
Okay, guys, quick question. How long would, based on our analysis of our movement rate increase, how far would we have to go to be at least 10 hours away from somebody walking on foot to get us? That's how far I think we should go. So if
3
the
hours.
because on the horse.
we did
Yeah.
2 hours and 30 minutes. So
Well, remember the horse may mysteriously stop working
did
because
it
we
in
don't know what
order.
fuels them.
Quarter of the time. So let's ride for 2 hours and look for camp.
That works for me.
I'm in.
Okay. You guys are able to ride for 2 hours. It is a pretty uneventful ride. You don't notice anything out and about. It is, getting kind of late. So around midnight, you do stop. It is kind of wide open field that you remember from your last trip out this way, but you feel like you have made a good amount of distance between you and the town.
Let's make camp.
Okay, you are able to make camp just fine. The night passes, no movement, nothing that you guys notice. Probably about halfway through the night, you do notice a not really a noise, more of a lack of noise. You guys have been kind of getting used to the sound of the rumble of the horses. But when you wake up in the morning, you do realize it is rather quiet.
Horses died.
Did you can't shut off the horses? They just idle.
Luna? Yeah.
She's the expert.
I didn't know how the fuel source was to keep them running and eventually they would run out of whatever it was and I still don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
So can we find out, can Luna check the horses and see if maybe there was an auto shut off, if they can turn back on, or if they are just out of power? Is that within her investigation?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can make an investigation for it.
$17.
Okay. When looking at the horses, like previously, kind of like you stated, you never really found out how to turn them on or off. You were more focused on how to make them go. And you do see kind of like a little gauge on the nape of their neck that seems to be pointing at 0.
Yep, they are out of energy. And I don't know how to get the energy back.
Like we're walking.
Unless you can like shoot electricity at them and see if it charges them.
Feed it a carrot.
If there's a chance that they're gonna blow up, I'm going away from the horses. I'm not
I'm going with my emergency backpack carrier. at this
Somebody
point.
has to sit on the horse while we hit them with electricity, so when they start, they can start driving them.
Let's all use Zoros. I'll help you up on one real quick.
Can we tell if, and I realize that I probably don't know this, but is there any chance that they could be solar powered? That perhaps being in the light, because it's morning, right?
Yeah, at this time it's morning.
How
What?
long has the sun been out?
You guys camped about midnight, so to get a full 8 hours rest, it would have been 8 o'clock in the morning. So at this point, probably getting up towards 9. So sun's been out for probably about 2 hours or so.
They're still at 0.
Well,
so
here's-
it's not solar.
Here's my issue. If we don't have the horse, our plan of using the horse to get into the bunker is gone. The robot thing, we can't drag for 4 days to get to the thing. That's gone. And we're going to a bunker that we couldn't get in before. What makes us think we can get in now with no new information and no new tools?
And Father Callahan, he has some ideas.
Huh?
We have Father Callahan now that we didn't have previously. Maybe he has some ideas about how to get into the bunker that we didn't think of.
Well, I guess we can try it.
I
say-
think the idea too was if the wolves came out, they may not have shut the door in anticipation of their return.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then, let's dump the horses, grab the face, see if that helps us and start hoofing it, cause we got 3 days of walking. If we're going that way, or we can start following the clouds again and just forget about the wolves.
The spot where it looked like power would go to?
What was that?
Did we fully investigate the horse to make sure that there wasn't like a spot for power or anything like that?
I don't believe that was looked for specifically. If you want to look for it, you can give me an investigation check.
Luna, do you want to look for power spots on the horse? Because I'm probably not going to know what that looks like. I know it's got to have some sort of source of going.
I got a 21.
Looking around, you do find a small hatch that was kind of overlooked on the horse's flank. Lifting that hatch, you see a very odd shaped plug. And you would assume that that could be where you would charge the horse.
Which is great, but we have nothing to charge it with, so.
Keep shoving light babies in it.
I mean, I guess we could shoot a lightning bolt at it on one of the horses and see what happens, but other than that, we're kind of stuck. And if we do charge it, it won't be fully charged. We got roughly about probably 12 hours on the charge from the, or maybe a little bit longer for the
Right.
wolves to drive out and stuff. I don't know, shooting a lightning bolt might be worth the shot, but I don't know. You want to give it a shot, Eth?
Working back
Like,
way away from the horses.
I go farther than him because the last time it hurt.
I don't have any lightning spells.
Okay, then let's just go.
So the wolf that's on the horse, would there be any, I know it's a long track and it would slow us down. Is there any way we could, like between Zoros and I, carry said wolf, or is it just because it's a machine, it's just gonna be way too heavy for us to carry?
You would probably both need to carry it, and it would bring you down to half speed.
Well, I mean, it's better than absolutely nothing. If we took time to make a sled or something to pull it, would that help?
It's not that it's like a weird shape or anything. It's just the weight of this thing. This thing easily weighs probably a good 400 pounds.
Right, but if we made a sled and we all pulled it, then we'd be all sharing in the dragging.
It
Should-
would still bring you to half speed because of the weight, but you could.
That's fine. Look, if if we think that the wolf is gonna get us in the thing, it's worth the extra time. If we don't think so, I mean, we're wasting 4 days because we're 4 days out, right?
At this point, you're probably about 3 days out.
Okay, so it's 6 days to drag the wolf to the bunker, right?
Going down to half speed, yeah.
So does anybody think that's a waste of time or should we try it?
So just throw it out there since you weren't here with us last time. Father Callahan, do you know anything about, have any ideas about or anything with the door, the bunker that might lead us to believe that these wolves, this wolf that we would carry would be worth our time?
I have never been to this bunker, so I really wouldn't know anything like that.
All right,
You got a faceplate.
I think we should at least try it, just to, I know it'd take us to half speed, but there's no point in even going to the bunker if we don't even have something to try.
that was kind of my point.
I mean, we could rip the wolf apart, and, like check for keys.
I was just thinking, what if we just take the head and a hand?
You do already have the balls too, so we'll be fine.
A convenient leather carrying case.
I'm just afraid, like, what if it's in the chest or something like that, then,
You know what? I'm willing to take half speed if you are Zoros, and we can throw this thing and give it a shot, give it a go.
and if it doesn't work, then we know where the bikes are. We can always look around there and see if there is any type of plugs, or we,
I don't want to drag a horse for 6
No,
days.
I was thinking, well, if they fix the bunker, then we could always, now that we know there's a plug, see if there's any sort of plug at the other bunker.
Yeah, but we'd have to have a 3-day extension cord.
Yeah. Because the horse is 3 days here.
From the first bunker.
The horse, we are 3 days away from the bunker currently.
I meant 3 days from the
No,
First-
we're a day, it's a
that we're
day,
the day from.
just about a day or 10 hours.
Yeah, but I don't think going back to that lightning hell is probably in our best interest at this point.
You turn into a
Not only
horse?
that, but I'm sure the horse is going to be a lot heavier than one of the wolves.
Well, let's take the wolf and we'll just go from there and see, because what if the wolf works, then we're good. We don't need to do anything else. And there might be, if it does open, there might be other horses inside, or some way to collect the horses or something like that, because I'm sure they're out and about and a horse didn't get charged and it dies on them or something.
They have roadside assistance, so we'll just grab that and go charging.
It's just like a little,
Charging backpack or something.
exactly,
That's
generator.
Check the body for
Okay.
okay. Maybe the wolves got the same hole.
What was that, Luna?
So maybe the wolves have the same hole. Maybe they have the male part of the female plug for the horse. No.
That's
My
my
mother, ladies and gentlemen, my mother.
My wife, yeah.
None of you
Like, take a-
Whole new meaning for riding the horse. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
The wolf charges the
I'm
horse.
starting to
So-
get uncomfortable.
For the sake of brevity, you guys make the trek. It does take about 6 days due to dragging the wolf behind you, but you do start to see the familiar bunker in the distance. It looks pretty much the same as when you guys were here last time, with the only difference that the door is wide open.
Son of a bitch.
I told you they left the door open. That's how I steal stuff.
Zoros,
Yes,
You-
sir.
right? Will you smash the ever-loving piss out of this
We
stupid?
might still need it
No,
inside.
I don't care. I don't care at this point.
It might electrocute you again.
I'm not,
Don't
hey,
smash it with
listen,
your
hey,
sword. I'm getting away from you.
yeah, look, if you want to hit something, you go for it, bud.
We'll hit
Look at
it.
this empty bunker. When did we get there? Time of day?
Probably coming up on about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we have a full day and we are, I'm assuming we've had 6 days of long rest.
Oh
so-
yeah.
So we've got all of our spells and all of our stuff back. Our life is full health. And we are good to go, right?
As far as
Let's-
I'm aware.
Inside and see what we can find.
Let's do a quick search around the area before we get too close to the bunker. See if there's anything out there, and then I say we start making our way up to the bunker from the flank. And kind of peek in and kind of take it from there.
Okay, give me a perception check if you are taking a look around to see the area.
Okay.
What was my fault?
21. Yeah, you look.
23.
Non-nat 20.
I got
Looking around, you guys don't see anything amiss. It's just the open field with the bunker in the middle.
All right, well, I say we make our way to the edge of the bunker, flanking it. So if there's something down there, we can kind of peek around the corner, take a look, see what's there. Make our way up there, maybe put half on one side, half on the other.
I thought you said put F on one side.
And the
Yep.
rest on the other, so that's fine. Yeah.
F is actually going in the bunker to search it while we follow behind him.
I am fairly
Good
certain
luck with
I'm the
that one.
wind and I'm going a different way than them across this field, just in case.
Send the light baby in first to see if it trips anything.
There you go.
Maybe there's more things you can smash in there, Camilton.
Thanks, human magic man.
You're welcome, half orc smasher.
I have a feeling that you might be on the end of the smashing if you keep that up.
No,
I think I could
Faustus
take
got the balls.
I think I
Oh,
can
that's
take.
right. That's right. All right, so DM, I guess we're all at the entrance, right? On the sides?
Yep, you have kind of flanked on either side. You do not see any movement from inside. It is pretty dark inside.
Send the food bay or the light baby down.
Light baby. I told you, light baby.
Now, one thing that we need to ask before we send the light baby down. If there is some other beings down there and they see that we're coming in and they try to close the door, what's our plan? Do we run in? Or do
Inside.
Yeah, go inside.
I'm gonna find a new party and watch the door.
we're all clear on that? If the door starts closing, we're going in, right?
How about we take a step inside and then we send the light baby? So we're already in the bunker if they start closing the door.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's give it a go.
Unless it sets off alarms. But if it does, then we're going to set off alarms no matter what.
Or you could turn into a squirrel and run in and take a peek, and then you're just a furry animal coming to check things out.
Better idea. and I think this is a solid idea. Zoros, we carried that POS wolf for 6 days. Let's chuck it down the hallway and see what happens. Because if something's going to trigger whatever, it's going to happen to the lifeless wolf that we've already killed. And we can send the light baby with it. Like, light baby, go chuck the dead wolf.
And it might
And
deactivate stuff.
see what
with the
happens.
wolf.
Sure.
How fast do you think this light baby can move?
How strong do you think the rest of the party is to chuck a wolf?
I mean, it's only 400 pounds. I mean, Zoros and I can handle that. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, let's push the wolf through the door. We'll follow the body in and then see what happens.
Just
In other
saying.
words, Ranson, 5 feet in front of them.
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm
Hey,
good. I'm gonna watch the door back here quietly and stealthily.
We can.
So you guys roll the wolf into the opening of the door. Nothing happens.
All right.
Good enough
let's
for
turn
me.
on the light- Turn on the light, baby. Let's go check stuff out. Rancid, you can check for traps, right?
In theory, in
What?
practice, not necessarily.
Well, you're the only one who can, so I suggest you go ahead, hide in the shadows and check for traps.
I mean,
I
I disappeared from this shenanigan a while ago, so.
Now, just so you know, this thing can only go so far away from me before it can't do anything.
I don't want this thing near me at all.
Dancing baby.
So at that point, we're gonna need to actually be moving with it.
What's this we stuff?
I'm not going alone.
We have dark vision. Can we see at our 60 feet or yards or whatever? Can we see anything?
Yeah, those that have dark vision, it's kind of in shades of muted gray, but you are able to see that there does seem to be a lot of electrical equipment in here as well. By the door, you do see a big lever, and there seems to be a note taped by it.
What?
A note.
No,
I snoop around real good.
Why don't you go check out the lever? What's it say?
Light baby over by the lever so we can see what's going on over there.
I don't want to check the lever while it's near me, though. It's a conflict of creepiness.
It will be, but I'll like leave it a little bit behind you.
I got
Who
a
are
20
you, Hamilton?
I got a
Stop being
28 for looking at the lever for
Well, we-
traps and other shocking, grasping, hurty things.
Okay. You take a look at the lever. You think that it, just kind of looking at it, you see some scrawling above it on a little plaque that says, has an arrow pointing up that says open, and an arrow pointing down that says closed. And currently it is in the up position.
Oh,
This looks pretty safe and straightforward. It says up and down, guys.
Oh, do we want to close the door behind us or do we want to just keep going?
yeah.
I think everything that wants to kill us is in here, so closing it isn't gonna do anything that important, I don't think. Plus, then it's gonna be making all of that noise as it closes, so they might think that the other wolves might be back.
Okay, then I agree. I say we just keep moving. People with dark vision in front to see down the hall. Let's put the keep Rancid rolling his perception trap checks. Keep the light baby back a little bit so you guys can see and it doesn't affect our dark vision. And let's start investigating the room a little bit.
I'm hiding again.
Okay.
It's important.
I mean, checking around the room it is just kind of a bunch of electronic equipment. So there's not really a whole lot here.
Does any of it look like a charging station for the horses? Just out of curiosity in case we find new ones.
Perhaps someone should poke over a sword and say,
Not that you would be able to ascertain.
Okay. All right.
You do see that there is a little chair set up by the lever. And then there's that note that was taped up by the lever.
And that's all that's in this room? There's no doors, there's no,
Stretching back opposite of the door is just a wide, long, dark hallway.
No, the lever set up and down, but I did not read the note, correct?
Correct.
Good, good. Just making sure. I don't read, so.
I will read the note.
So looking at the note, it is kind of scrawled and not the greatest penmanship, but it does say, "H. I can't believe Drago stuck me here with this shit. I'm tired of waiting for these fucking wolves. They should have been back by now. I need to get back through the house before they become active. Hopefully they come back on your shift."
And it started off with just the letter H.
Yes.
Is it signed with anything?
It is signed with the letter J.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Magic Man, what's it say?
I'll read it to everybody. So apparently these things aren't actually doing things themselves, like other people control them. So that's also leading me to believe that Reggie was talking to like normal people and telling them when to send the wolves out.
that'd be my take.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, and since that person left his post, that could possibly mean that, because he would have radioed, if there were other people here or other being whatever, he would have just let them know, hey, I'm taking off. Let me know when the wolves get back. So that means this is probably empty. Although the one thing, what was the part about become more active? What was that part again?
It said I need to get back through the house before they become active again.
Before they become active again. So that could either mean something at the house is becoming active again, or something here is becoming active again. In which case here is dangerous, but how far away was that house? Because we searched that whole area and we didn't see any paths, anything to say there was a house anywhere near. So
There
There's-
also could be some sort of living quarters
right.
this way. So
The answer's down the hall, I think, guys. Just
I
saying.
believe that as well.
And Zoros, when Eth read the note, you heard the name Drago,
Yep,
and you know that name.
I do from
You know that name very well.
the conglomerate. So this is a group, whoever's running this is a group of assassins or black ops people.
Maybe that's why they want the kid.
That's
They're-
probably why they,
It's from when they're little.
yep.
What about the whole coming back is weird you thing?
If they're doing tests and stuff, trying to enhance them.
Yeah, I think we're gonna find our answer at the end of the hall. I think we need to keep moving.
It's not bad.
Yeah, they're just like, we don't.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, heading down the hall. This hall, like I said, is massive and it is rather wide. You get the sense that this is where, it had to be wide to be able to fit the wolves and the horses through here. After about 100 feet or so, it starts sloping downward, and continues on for probably about 2-3 miles, before you start to notice some shapes in the distant darkness.
Hey guys, there's some stuff coming up. Like,
Well, are they moving or are they stationary?
Give me a perception check.
Uh,
I can do it, dude.
15.
Looking at it, they seem to be stationary.
Okay. I say we move about 20 feet closer, get a little better look.
You move a little bit closer and you start as the light kind of gets a little bit closer from the light baby. And those with dark vision are able to get a little bit better of a look at it. You do see that this is, it's like a group of creatures that are standing still. And as you get closer to them, you realize that they are horses, more horses,
Horses or robot
the
horses?
mechanical horses.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Well, where there's horses, there were wolves. So I think we're gonna
What you see beyond the horses is a wall.
there's nothing else there.
There is nothing else there. And as you get a little bit closer, you notice that there is a door on the right side of where the horses are.
Is it a big door or normal door?
It's a larger door. Not like big enough for like a horse to get through.
Right.
But a still decently large door. And
What
what
about
kind of strikes you as odd about this door is it doesn't look like any of the doors that you've seen in the bunkers. All of those have been metal, kind of military grade doors. This door reminds you of what you would see as the front door on like an old Victorian style house.
Interesting. I think we found the house, gentlemen.
Where they're keeping the kids
Possibly.
in the house. Well, if there's kids inside, we don't want a fireball.
Question, should we check the horses to see if they're charged? In case we have to get out of there fast?
Yeah, we left the door open, so
Yep.
I
Go
say-
and check the gas gauge.
Okay. I will check the horses.
Okay, Luna, you know exactly where the flap is or the little hatches on the flank. And you do see that coming out from the port on inside the hatch is a cable that is running into the wall. And looking at the little gauge that you found on the nape of the neck, they are all at full.
But they're not running?
They are not running.
Does she know how to turn them on? From her investigations?
From
and all
her
that?
previous ones, no.
You wanna check and
I
see if
need
you,
to investigate now on how to turn it on.
If you want to try, you can.
if we turn them on. Can she investigate how to turn them on without turning them on? Like, can she look for a switch or a lever or something? Without,
Yeah,
actually-
she'd be able to look without actually
okay,
doing that.
check it.
Okay. I will check it. Do I have to roll something?
Yeah,
Give me an intelligence check, sorry. Or investigation.
Investigation, okay.
All the rest of you are just disgusting. I'm just saying that right now.
why?
Rewatch this later and you'll understand.
18.
Okay, after looking around, you do see that there is kind of hidden in the mane of the horse, there is a little toggle switch that you would surmise would be how to turn this thing on or off.
Okay, so I think I know how we can turn the horses on and I share it with all the drivers. Riders.
Okay, so this
You
is our
better have
way
to-
out.
You better hope that we don't have to leave fast because you may not be able to get on the horse.
Short jokes, really? Short
It's nice
jokes?
to Hamilton so he can throw you up on the horse quickly.
You can't throw
Toss
a
me,
door.
but don't tell the elf.
We're not playing toss the dwarf, okay? I'm just saying. All right, so we're at the house door, and we have working, horses. How many are there? Ian?
There are about 7.
Okay, so we got enough for all of us except for one person. Did in Luna's thing, do we all know how to actually ride one of these?
Yeah, you would know. She taught you guys how to ride these.
Okay, because I know we only had half the drivers, but so we all know how to do them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check out the door, guys.
Let's go.
Okay.
Who's gonna open the door?
That sounds like a rogue thing to me.
I mean, he said he was checking out the door. I was letting him do his thing, you know.
No, I was talking about a plan.
Do you want to look for traps, or do you want me to look for traps, Ransom?
I licked the door real good to check for traps with a 29.
Does not seem trapped. Does not seem locked.
Trying to figure out how to turn the door on.
Yeah. So I just go ahead and turn that knob and pop it open then.
There's a switch.
The door opens silently into a large foyer area of what looks to be an old house. There is a grand staircase pretty much right in front of you, and there are doors alongside either wall. But what draws your attention first is the large body of something laying on the ground, maybe 5 feet from where you all stand.
We
Oh,
can't.
that's cool. And you guys were afraid of grandma's house. There's only a body.
Actually, not like
We
bugs.
can't make it out as far as humanoid or robot or what.
When you take a look at it, you do hear Father Callahan just say, "Mother of God," and he kind of strides forward, and looking at it, it looks like one of the children that you guys have seen in the town. But this one looks very pale, just very gaunt. And Father Callahan kind of does the motion of the cross, and he just says, "I've seen this before." And he goes up to the body of the child and turns its head to show its neck, and you see 2 puncture wounds on the neck of the child.
Like,
And that is where we're going to pick it up in 2 weeks. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you had fun, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.